Joy, you've been a longtime supporter of the retreat, and you actually introduced me to this organization, which is really a life-changing, life-saving organization. What made you want to get involved in it?
Well, it's a very reputable organization. They do incredible work. That they save people's lives. I mean, there are women who are being abused at home, mostly women, although I've heard that men can be abused, of course, and they have children who are suffering also. And this place is like a, well, they call it the retreat, which is what it is. And this is the type of thing that can happen to anybody. We could all be in difficult straits, and it's really nice to know that there is somewhere that you can go to get help. And I've been to this place many times, and it just is an incredible place. They're very caring. They're very nurturing. Nobody is made to feel like they don't belong there. And I like to throw my support behind places like that.
And they offer financial services, legal services, education.
I know.
They'll reacclimate families after they've been in the shelter, which is incredible.
Yeah.
They take them to court to help them. So they're really not alone.
No, amazing services are provided. I mean, after you are traumatized by whatever has happened to you at home, you don't just get a place to get help. You also get all of these services afterwards because, let's face it, you've got to be in the world. You've got to get a job. You have to take care of your children. Now you're a single parent, and they give you all of that. It's amazing the work that they do. They even provide transportation, which is incredible.
During the pandemic, the situations of abuse became more dire. People were literally prisoners in their own home. And the retreat, their staff dealt with this in such incredible ways and still were able to keep the shelter open and got help for people. But the situations of domestic violence continue. What's your message for people who are trapped in those situations right now? What would you want them to know?
My God, the pandemic made everything worse, didn't it?
Yeah.
I feel bad for that, for people who are stuck in an abusive situation and they can't get out. I mean, that is just hell on earth.
Right. They're not alone now.
They're not alone.
Know they're not alone.
Now, I mean, there's 100% confidentiality. It's totally free of charge. They offer a 24-hour bilingual hotline and are open 7 days a week. Fantastic.
It really is. What's the biggest misconception about domestic violence?
Well, I'm not an expert on this subject, but just from observation, I think that a lot of times victims of domestic abuse feel that it's their fault. Somehow they think that they did something to cause another person to abuse them. And I think that is a major misconception. I think also that, financially, sometimes women can't leave. They have nowhere to go. But of course, this is why we're doing this, because there is a place to go. That's probably one of the biggest problems, is that you have, it's like, where would you go if you have no money? Sometimes a lot of these abusers, they hold these people hostage. They cut you off from your friends. You can't see your family. They block your bank account. And so you are stuck there. And so people always say, well, why didn't you leave? Well, it's not that easy. It's not that easy to leave emotionally, physically, and financially. Right. So this is a place that will help you.
And also we learned domestic violence, it affects people regardless of your economic status, race, religion, gender.
There is a misconception that only poor women or poor guys, if we're going to include the men in this, are victims of domestic abuse. That is not true. And we know from being at the retreat that many of the women who go there have rich husbands, who are just gaslighting them or what have you. And they're cut off from their family, too. So it doesn't matter what socioeconomic group you're coming from when it comes to this particular topic.
And you toured the shelter. What was your takeaway from that visit?
Oh, it was very comfortable. It was actually very nice. The kids are having fun. They're playing. The women feel safe. Nobody knows where it is. That's a big secret. I mean, we know where it is because we've been there. Although I don't know if I could even find it again, because it's a well-kept secret.
Yeah. So the families, they keep the confidentiality for
100%.
safety. And also that they offer counseling there. They have art therapy for the kids.
Yeah.
They have clothing. Oftentimes, a lot of the families just leave literally with the clothes on their back and come there, and everything is taken care of.
I don't know if people realize that they're actually leaving the house with what they're wearing. grab your bag, grab your kid, and just get out. And when you get to the retreat, they have clothes for you, they have diapers, they have food, everything.
And the last question, what would you tell people? Why support this organization, and why do they need your support?
Well, I mean, my goodness, it could be your neighbor. It could be someone in your family. You want to support any kind of an organization that actually physically, emotionally, and financially helps another human being. It's not something that, is in the abstract. It's going on everywhere.
Right.
And so it's a good place to send your money.
Thank you.
Sure.
To
Thank
help
you.
support the retreat, you can log on to their website, which is allaganstabuse.org.
It's not strangers that children and adults have to worry about. It's people they love and know in their own home. They need a safe place to be. That's why the safe nights at the shelter are so critical for our survivors. Last year, we provided almost 4,000 safe nights, thanks to you. The counseling department at the retreat provided over 2,300 individual counseling sessions. We also added 4 new counselors who work with children. 100% of our clients who stay at the shelter use other services, including case management, advocacy, legal, counseling, and financial empowerment. Last year, we were able to help 43% more clients in advocacy, and we had 100% success on obtaining protective orders for clients. That leads to safety, and for our survivors, they're able to experience life without abuse.